As we return to the stained corridors of the wormhole, we once again find Crash, Leo, Brika, and Pippin trying their best to figure out their place in this new world they've been reborn to. All the while, they begin to assess their connections so far. Let's listen in and see what they believe is the path to their fates. This week on WeTogether, the Wisp Circle of Truth. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I think it's important to bring you guys back in to the weirdly damp air within the wormhole. You're in one of its guest rooms, and that is being polite. The hard concrete floor stained with random different colored stains that you would rather not try and place. Lightly covered with some throw rug that looks like somebody just found it on the street and put it down. There's a couch, a bunk, a cot, some lockers, a table, and a refrigerator, like a refrigerating unit, which not common. Most people just synthesize their food. Why do you need a refrigerator? There's one, and it is making a rather loud to the point where it's cutting through the silence that is now settling in this room, along with the smoke of a freshly lit bramble bush joint.
Actually, not Bramblebush. We're smoking Wisp.
Oh my God. I remember now.
Which
So
we're about to get told what Wisp is.
The-
I don't
hazing,
even know.
the hug is actually very, very, like, it's almost got like a metallic sheen to it in the air. And I think we left last episode with Leo being the first one to you took it from Crash and hit it, correct?
Yeah, Crash took a hit,
Yes.
and I bravely followed.
You look over at Leo with his big eyes as
He's,
he takes the pipe.
He's like holding the he sets the pipe down. You know, classic like noob party move. He sets the pipe down on the table and like starts rummaging around in his backpack for some stuff.
Crash the smoking pipe from the table. You would know at this point that Leo has no idea what he just did. Absolutely no idea.
All right. I'm gonna reach over and grab the pipe off the table and just hold it up and just offer it in case Brika or Pippin.
I'm
Crash
still
assumes
downstairs.
Pippin does not want. Oh, you're still downstairs. Okay.
Yeah, Brika's downstairs getting food. Pippin, you see a pipe going around.
Hey man, I appreciate the offer, but I'm good.
I just like nod my head.
It's really not that bad, Pippin. I don't think you would.
It's not that. It's the premise behind it. I'm not a user. I'm not a user. I'm not an abuser. I'm just a good boy.
As Pippin is saying that, I would love for you to do this for me, Troy. I want your speech to start slowing down until it gets to like a demonic. Can you do that?
Let me try. See, it's just the premise behind it. I'm not a user.
Leo
would start to feel warmth in his chest that is not
comes
common.
back up with like this perfectly this like stack of papers and like perfectly like stacks them with each other on the table and lays it down, puts his hands on either side of the paper and just looks straight at Crash, like into your soul with these massive predator eyes.
His pupils are just like fucking almost filling up the entire eyeball.
Oh, yeah. Mate, so this shit's gonna hit you pretty fast. It's gonna, you're gonna start off just noticing more details, enhanced perception. Things around you might notice things, fixate on things.
You immediately notice
as my head starts to slowly rotate all the way around. As I'm just taking the whole room, I noticed that like on the wall, it used to say like room, whatever, but it was like room 07 or something. People knocked that down and they just wrote like, this is the orifice across it and said, this room is now just called the orifice. I'm like,
I love that.
Looking like the pillows, I like fucking like mentally zoom in on like a blood stain, like just like a circle where your head would be, like, and I just look back at Crash, like, go on.
Yeah, it'll be okay though. It's not like the bush. You won't get paranoid or anything like that. It's a calm, smooth focus.
Why are you talking like that?
Oh well.
Why?
You may.
Is he okay?
That's. Yeah, he's a first time user, so it might be just hitting him a bit faster. This sounds like the sensory amplification. Colors appear more vivid, sound a bit clearer, sense a little bit more distinct. Things like that. He's probably going to get a little gentle tingling sensation through his body pretty soon.
As soon as he says that, it's like someone took a needle from a cosmic's place and just poked the back of your spine, and light tingles just flow down your back into your wing, and you just feel the need to stretch them.
Is anybody looking closely at me right now?
Anyone looking?
Crash.
Yeah, Crash is.
Okay. You notice
where are we sitting?
At there's like a cleared off table in the center of the room.
Yep.
Okay.
You just notice like as Seb described, like a light tingle down my spine. You can visibly see like kind of like a shimmering light just like move from my head down my body. It's like that. You've seen it before. It's like that prism kind of light.
Imagine Crash being a little bit jealous.
Yeah, like
should we get him some like water or something like that? He's looking a little.
I mean, I look at Leia. Oh, you thirsty? Oh,
I mean, hydrate or dihydrate, right?
Yeah, right on. Yeah. Sure.
Did you just say?
Shall we begin? I see.
You don't
straightens
get
his
it.
notes back up, and he just like slowly rotates his head straight down, looking directly at his notes.
At that moment, Brika would come back with the mystery meatloaf.
Slowly turn my head all the way around, looking at the door again.
Brika,
I believe it's mystery canned soup or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Number
like
3.
It's worse. Love that. Love
it was
that.
a random. Brika, you would enter to a room with sort of like an iridescent, shiny smoke that emits a pleasant aroma reminiscent of sage and mint.
You would recognize it immediately. Frank.
You guys are smoking Wisp.
Oh yeah, you want to hit?
Nice.
I'll hand it over. Or pass it over towards her.
Brika,
I don't have to study right now. I don't think that's a good idea.
you'll like it.
Oh no! Hey, no, that's all right. That's all right. I go over, I'm gonna stand up and sort of like put my hands on Leo's shoulder. Oh, why don't we get you over to the bed? You're probably gonna.
Are you standing in front of me or behind me?
I like go over to your side, like to the side of the chair, and I'm like holding your shoulders, trying to almost trying to like coax you to stand.
My head is straight backwards right now, so I stand up in the same position.
Okay, yeah. So I'm doing that, but like your body's facing that way, so we're not facing the same direction. I'm like, yeah, you're probably gonna get pretty drowsy soon. It's gonna hit,
Drowsy. I
yeah,
thought it was
maybe you feel your
comfort.
breathing a little
sensory
slow.
amplification, pleasant tingling.
Well, this
you
is
get that.
So Crash, you would know this, so I can explain this kind of from your POV. The first time you ever do drugs on Iris Luna, these drugs, you have to remember, most of them are bioengineered to work perfect. So the first time that they enter your system, there's always a more intense effect. But
you're gonna feel everything.
You're waiting for what's called the snap. Most detailed drug users understand that upon first using it in Iris Luna, not in real life, for those in-game chat, in-game, there's a point where the effects of the drug start working, like clear. And Leo, you would experience this just like you can cognitively see Crash stand up and stand next to you, but just like a rubber band breaking from tension, all of a sudden you feel clear. You feel like you can fucking solve any problem. Your notes, you're like reading them at light speed almost. Like you feel.
It's like a calm, peaceful attentiveness. But your breathing is very slowed, which makes you very, very relaxed.
You know, I just fucking realized we just gave the character with chronic anxiety fucking benzos. That's literally what we just did.
As you have your hands on my shoulder, I like turn my head to you and put my hands on your shoulder like, let's begin. I am ready.
That's what Brico walks into. It's just
my head snaps to look at Brico. Like
I gesture my hand out to the side towards Brico. Please join us as I sit down at the table and straighten my notes and put them down in front of me.
All right, buddy, just don't, careful because you're going to get pretty relaxed. You might fall asleep.
Did you want me to do drugs or did you not want me to do drugs?
I do. I just want you to know. There's a big part of this that I want you to know.
You mentioned water. Maybe you can go take care of that for us while we start the conversation. Yeah.
Crash pauses for a moment, leaves the pipe in the middle of the table in front of Leo, and a big smile forms across Crash's face as he gets up and walks out of the door to go get some water.
How is this affecting Crash, by the way?
That
you technically have been out for like a year and something, so your tolerance would be fucked.
Let me roll on.
Ooh, that's a con save. I'll take it.
The one part at the one like last part that Crash was going to tell him but didn't get the opportunity to as he walks out the door is the intuitive insight is what it's called in the handbook. Greater sensitivity to emotions and intentions of others, improving interpersonal understanding. So at some point Leo's going to get really tired and emotional.
In about an hour.
All the emotions will be valid, justified emotions, but they're just going to be like amplified.
Very strong. So it's basically this is like drinking wine. Cool.
You know what I just realized? We've been sitting here talking about drugs, and people listening are just like, why? Why are they doing this?
Yeah.
Crash and Leo both get +1 to their wisdom rolls for the next hour. There is a mechanic.
Oh yeah. Mechanics. Bleh.
There is a reason beyond character development. There is a reason beyond character development why we're doing this.
Oh God.
No.
Is that a nat 1 on your con save?
Nat 1 on his That's the strong Wisp.
You know how you said you get up to walk outside the door? Yep.
Holy shit.
Big smile on my face. Big smile.
Can I give you POV of everyone else?
Yes,
please. Are literally, we're looking Leo in the eyes, his hands on your shoulder. Brico walked in with soup. You saw Brico walk in. Then you, in your mind, went over to the door to go get water. Everyone else watches you. After Leo says, well, then go get water, then you just sit down on the ground, crisscross applesauce. And almost like
right
that,
in front of the door.
Sit in the middle of the room. You have not actually even gone to the door. In your mind, you have made that full transition. But it's like that rubber band effect. Snap. Yep. And as you snap back, you fucking realize you haven't gone anywhere. And Leo's just standing over you, looking with that owl face, just looking down like, what are you doing?
You would see a sudden like shocked look.
Before you like come to, I'm like, shall we all sit on the ground then?
I mean, I'm okay with that.
You would see a sudden shocked look on Crash's face, and then he would like look up at you, his pupils big, and he says, "That's awesome," and just lays down on the floor.
I sit down next to you.
Can I take a
Crisscross
blanket
applesauce.
off of the cot and put it out on the floor and then sit on that?
Absolutely, you can. But I'm going to tell you right now, bud, you're not sure which is cleaner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a dog. I didn't say that. Leo didn't say that. It's
Yeah,
not racist if I say it.
Rika just pulls up a chair and kind of like sits also kind of in the circle, but higher.
I don't know if hire's the right term.
Well,
So the pipe is still on the table,
Technically.
just lightly smoking. So like very much that 70s show, just a haze is just settling across the room right now.
I imagine we're all like laying on the floor and our heads, we're like in a circle, but our heads are all like near each other.
Touching. I love to think that Pippin would just be down for this. Like it's like, okay, yeah, let's do it.
He's never been happier,
But
honestly.
Brico would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm literally sitting in a chair with this bowl of stew, just like
Yeah, did you take a bite yet?
I'm like taking the spoon and kind of like rummaging through it. Not yet.
Nice. I'm gonna roll for its taste. Just now I did. So I'll let you know when you take a bite. But you are now technically all in the circle, and the intention of taking the drug was to have a conversation about the literal wildest 3 days that at least Leo, because he's been saying it out loud for the last however 3 days, has ever experienced. And I feel like the feeling is slightly mutual to everyone. This is obviously a crazy situation. And for the first time, things seem to have quieted down enough for you all to be in the same place with nowhere to go, no one to talk to, except for each other.
Bless.
What'd you say?
To bless.
Oh, yeah. So, Brika, you see them having their high powwow, and you see Pippin very happy to kind of also get down. Are you going to eat this soup, or are you going to start the converse?
So, looks like Leo, you've had something on your mind lately. Would you like to share?
So
Points at
this
paper
for this
sack.
this brief time where we've all been sitting on the ground silently, I've just been like staring like intently. I've have the papers like perfectly lined up, spread across in front of me. I've just been like looking, like rapidly moving my eyes back and forth, and then I'm like, you see me like putting pieces together, like, oh yeah, like I'm like putting together some sort of fucking crime investigation.
X-Files music starts playing.
Leo, can you tell me how you feeling right now, buddy? Your eyes are huge.
I understand.
Infinity? Because you were talking about that for a while.
That I do wish that you all would have addressed that in the moment, because I could have really gone on a whole thing about it, but it's actually, I can't remember it anymore. It kind of disappeared, which is really annoying because it was really fucking cool, I think.
Drugs!
Okay. A lot to say here. I went ahead and typed all of this up because I knew you guys would have a hard time following along before. So I'm just going to send it like in our neural line. I want to talk about the outfit.
Hey?
Okay. I look around the group like nobody's going to stop me. Okay, great.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about it. What the
I
fuck
don't-
is it?
I don't trust whatever it is. Is that like a consensus or?
Well, pardon my French, but it all seems like a lot of
Everyone's on
bulldog.
the same page.
Okay, good. Well, that's easy. I thought I was going to make a whole case about that.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be the odd man out here, but I don't know what it is or why it's us, but I do have a little bit of reason to have more trust in them. But it's difficult to explain.
Well,
I think if there's a place and time to share it, it's now.
I don't know
Well,
how
you know-
anything is difficult for you right now. I feel like everything is in my grasp at the moment.
Yeah, it's not that I'm having trouble finding the words. It's just that it's just a lot to take in.
Yeah, there is literally a lot to take in. Like I can see the fibers inside of the carpet. It's really intense, and I kind of wish you would have told me about this beforehand.
Writes down in notes, never give Leo drugs again.
Crash, as Leo says that about the carpet, Crash like just reaches down and touches the dirty carpet, and then goes, "Oh,
Don't touch that. I can literally see what I believe is shit inside of the fibers of the carpet.
You'd be correct. I can smell that. That's why I'm on the blanket, but the blanket's also questionable. So
Had to go to the wormhole. Just had
But
to go
yeah,
to the
so-
wormhole. I would rather this than back to the safe house because now I don't trust the safe house either.
Okay, but Leo,
yeah,
not
it's-
to. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead."
I was gonna say I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate. So, okay, the outfit, yeah, they're a little bit sketchy, but they haven't really done anything bad to us.
I mean, outright. I prepared a list. We could go down it one by one if you would like me to elaborate here. So, number one, how did they know about us in Project Genesis? And Krieger told us that they infiltrated the group using Eve or something, but there's still a lot of information there that seems to be sketchy at best. And then to follow up on that part, if Eve was in on it, where was she when we woke up in a fully locked room with blood pulling in from the outside? And then to top that off, it was made to seem like Eve was still somehow involved because Krieger went out to look for her after we got there, meaning that she was there the whole time. And if that was the case, why did we not see her? It just seems like a lot of holes in their story that involved us being rebirthed into a literal pool of blood and what we can only assume was demon activity.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. But did we really explore that place to the fullest? I mean, as I recall, we only went down one hallway. She could have been on the other hallway.
But how did we get, if she was the one who released us, which is, from what I understand, the story, why were we dropped from our pods in a locked room with the alarm going off whenever the other people that were also allegedly released later, which I'll get to in a moment, where was she when we were released?
I'm gonna say maybe she remotely released us. And we don't really know what happened outside of that door. We could have been locked in there for our own safety.
The valid argument.
There was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
I chalked it up to that.
Okay. Well,
That
if we
guy,
could
though.
run back around here, I again, valid argument. That could be the case. The other group that Krieger talked about, there were supposed to be 8 of us. First, I think I saw them. I don't remember if I told you all that. They were coming out of the building. Well, actually, you wouldn't have been there, Brika, because you had, stolen my thing and ran off. But beside the point, I saw them coming out of the building, being surrounded by stewards. So, I mean, the poor bastards. They're probably, I don't know, rotting in the grind right now or something. If they're even alive, they were probably shut down. Oh, you know what the worst of that is they probably got busted for our thing. Like those guys, those people's heads blowing up. I just
That
now
wasn't our
realized that.
thing.
I mean,
We didn't do.
we were adjacent to that, which is, I don't want to be any more part of that than.
Can I butt in for a second if you guys don't mind? I know that I'm not the sharpest marble, so I just feel like all of these people have a stake in what we are or why we are, and I feel like they're all trying to take advantage of us.
That's my number one thing here, yeah.
And I know that sounds kind of conspiratorial, but I'm getting kind of sick of it. Every place we go, someone's like, "Oh, I need you to do this favor for me," and then if you do it, you'll get something from us. And it's like, why do we owe them favors in the first place? Why do we owe the outfit favors? They say we owe them a debt.
Yeah,
why?
Well, yeah, they say basically we owe them for saving us.
It's not only that. They claimed they saved us, and then we weren't forced to, but it kind of felt like we had no other options. They led us to a doctor, which then fixed our implants and knocked us out. And that's, I think, where they're claiming our debt is from.
Yeah, so they said,
and I feel like that's the smoking gun here, is that we had no options in any of this, and now we're in debt to a group that we don't trust or understand at all.
Okay, Leo. Let's say the outfit was not involved and we escaped miraculously on our own. Now we're dead in the system. Do you know anybody who can fix that? Do you have any other options?
Well, I suppose that's not really the point of what you're saying, but I do have options. And also, there was just a random dude, like in a shitty little fucking hospital that did it for us. So like, I can't imagine that that's a dime a dozen in this massive fucking city.
You'd be surprised.
So I mean, I see where you're coming from. Like, yeah, we would have been fucked if they didn't help us or whatever. But like, I mean, they kind of dropped all that on us with like a lot of expectations loaded on there when we really had no choice. It's like telling a baby that they're in debt because their parents were in debt.
So
can I play God's advocate here for a second? Hate to
specifically Beethoven or
just, I'm not trying to force myself on anyone,
Just
so
any
I
of
just
them.
want to say, I don't think any of us asked to be alive again. Not that I'm ungrateful, but at the same time, we were told that we needed these neural links to get out of afterlife mode. Why?
So here's my question. Why? Okay, so each of us gets killed. And we know that that tabaxi did use in, and then the gift rack, we knew they were working together and whatnot. Whatever happened afterwards, it doesn't matter. But they killed us. I don't know why. I don't know if anyone of you know why, you was murdered. But as far as I know, don't know why. And then it's unclear to me who brought us back. Who started Project Genesis, or was that like why? And I'm still confused on why we died and why we were brought back. And then
I don't think that we are even close to those answers.
Right. Yeah. Then when we got out, yeah, it's the outfit. They say, we got you. We helped you escape from the place that brought you back to life.
But also, they then also said that they were infiltrating them and that they were enemies, but they could be one and the same. And they're just puppeting us along. That sounds like some real conspiracy shit, but we were fucking killed and then reborn for no apparent reason. So I suppose conspiracies are allowed here.
Can I fill you guys in a little bit on something that happened to me before I died?
Yeah.
So you remember that kid Tommy?
Sure.
He's with the burners,
Chicken Run.
Well, Tommy belonged to the guy that I was set up to do a security detail for. And it just clicked with me. That same dark presence that was at that weird Githrak, no offense, but that weird Githrak lady's place there, that same dark presence that I sensed was the same one that was trying to obtain Tommy. Like, almost like slavery or being sold or something like that. And it was the same feeling of, I know this doesn't connect with what we're talking about right now, but it was that same feeling of like dark hands reaching out to grab, it was just an overwhelming darkness. I just wanted to fill you guys in on that, because that having a connection to somebody who wants us to do them a favor is kind of weird, don't you think?
That was
just to make sure, the dark force you're talking about, it wasn't coming from the guy who owned Tommy, as you said.
No, it was this other person. It was pure evil.
Also,
And
is this is like on the third floor? Like, people actually own each other here as well? I thought it was like below here.
Oh, to kind of cut to the chase, the reason why Tommy's alive is because I refused to let that transaction go through. And then shortly after that, I was killed by that tabaxi, who was subsequently in the same building where this evil presence was. And now this Githrak lady's telling us that the tabaxi betrayed her. So she's involved with, at least with my death and with a couple of our deaths. Like I said, it's a web of conspiracy. It's weird.
Well, yeah, they were working together. That dark energy, the evil force you said that was after Tommy, that's the that one, the one that said it can see, right?
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about. Yeah, I've seen that too when we were talking.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but to be honest, Leo, I don't care who we work with. I don't trust any of them.
I agree with you completely.
I think the way to move forward is to just pick one.
Well, that's kind of what this conversation is all about, right? It's who do we trust we'll get the best outcome with. And I'm making an argument against the outfit, which I look over at Pippin, which includes very much Polly.
Well,
I'm not suggesting that we kill Paulie, but I am suggesting that I don't trust him because of his affiliation with them.
I understand that. I just was going to say, and I have to apologize to all of you beforehand, because I considered sending him a message saying that someone was sending him a bomb, but I didn't do that because I feel like that's dishonest. Sorry, that's a hard word for me to say.
That's good.
And
you just said subsequently.
But it's the silent H's. They always get me.
Just hit me one more time with it. He like leans in.
Well, I felt like it was dishonest. And I really just, the only people that I can really trust anymore are you guys. So I'm having a real hard time breaking off from that. And maybe that's for the best, but I wanted to apologize for almost, spilling the beans to Paulie about the bomb or whatever it is.
It's okay, Pippin.
Crash just puts a hand over on Pippin. Thank you, Pip.
Yeah, we forgive you.
We probably would have been killed.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Like, he would have just tracked us down and killed us before we ever had a chance, right? So
True, probably. But
so
I would say. Oh, go ahead.
I would just like to build on what Pippin was saying, because I've been, we agree these past couple of days have been absolutely fuck all crazy, and I haven't been myself. I'm sure none of us have. So it seems pretty difficult to die and then come back and just kind of start fresh, especially with all the options we've been given. So it's become pretty evident that you three really are the only ones I can trust. So I feel like I have to explain some things. And these are things that I haven't talked about in a long time. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to give.
Can I? Is this like the bleeding from the nose and the ears thing?
Yeah, it's got something to do with that.
Can I don't know if this ruins like the end of your story here, but Cutter, that doctor, you didn't really meet the guy. You were kind of out for it. He did tell us some stuff about your implant situation.
Yeah.
So, I didn't want to
he,
bring it up in case you were trying to like keep that on the down low, but
well, I was, but I don't know why. I really have never known why, but I don't, I don't know much about my history. So yeah, I don't know. What did he tell you? I know he said I had the implant.
Well,
basically the same thing done.
Not
before.
your original implant is kind of what I got from it.
Yeah,
you've had a surgery and got them switched out. Which I don't knock anybody who tries it, but I've heard only bad things about that experience. So, and like the whole bleeding from like your orifice thing, that seems like it could be in that category of bad things.
Right? Yeah, probably goes
he
along
also
with it.
said it didn't mesh well with your biology, or not perfectly, I guess.
That I hadn't heard before.
That was actually the whole reason for the medicine. He did something, we don't know what it was. He gave you like a shot or something, and he said it helped bridge your biology with it or something, and now it should be better. But I mean, I don't trust the guy. He's affiliated with people that I think just want to use us.
Right. So yeah, anyway, back to that. What I was going to say is, I had it done before. It's a long story, and like I said, I don't know how much I'll be able to give you, but basically, I don't remember a lot of my own past, and at one point there was an accident or an incident. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember hurting people and people being hurt. So after that, I had to go find basically a cutter. I had to find a roughneck doctor that kind of did what he did to all of us, and I didn't know much about
invasive way.
I didn't know much about it at the time. Just kind of knew that it needed to be done, but it wasn't legit by any means. It wasn't. I'm not really even sure the guy was a doctor or anything like that. But anyways, I made it through that, and then kind of just been coasting ever since. But while I was getting the new implant done, and what you've seen, where I guess almost it looked like I almost died, or whatever happened.
It looked pretty bad.
Yeah. So during that, sort of had a vision, and man, saying this out loud, I understand how crazy it is. I like glance up at the pipe on the table, and then just kind of shake my head. No. Yeah, this sounds crazy. Anyways, I had a conversation with the old me, and something like that, and it said told me to trust the outfit, stick with them, that they're good people. Told me to find a lab. If you remember the whole the thing there at Project Genesis with the code and it said Professor Varick and all that. Don't really know too much about what that's about, but yeah, apparently there's some lab and I'm supposed to find it, or I think I am. And anyways, it told me that the outfit will help me get there and that they're good people. And I've had some of those moments, with the bleeding and such, where it's sort of like a flashback and like a memory. And it's happened a few times, but I think Krieger, I think he might have been involved. The big gift rack fucker there that his lady wanted me to help. Things like that a few times. I get glimpses or sort of bits and pieces that sort of make sense, but like not contextually.
Well, that sounds like a whole trip.
It's a little crazy, yeah.
Is that the times where you just like space out for like a solid minute and something? You're just like having like hallucinate flashbacks.
I actually hadn't thought about what it looked like from the outside, but yeah, that's probably it.
Hey, don't worry, buddy. Next time you do it, I'll get it on video.
Oh!
But this last time was way more messed up. You just like passed out onto that gift rack guy on the table.
It's no problem. I'll record it on my Neuralink. Don't worry. I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I hate that up here. You guys just like record shit all the time. It's really fucking creepy.
You look really crazy in this camera right now.
Points it at Leo and he says that.
Pippin's like,
got like a filter on it.
Yeah, he's putting like a dog filter on him.
You guys just like post this stuff to drip feed, and like I don't understand how people are into it. It's like a whole craze up here.
I don't have a drip feed. I just like playing with the camera. That's all.
Okay, well I know I've seen people out there on the streets doing dances and shit. It's weird, and I know they're just posting it to the fucking drip feed, being little weirdos about it.
This sounds personal.
Old man Leo.
Sounds personal.
He's like, get off my lawn.
Get off the drip feed. Go outside, touch grass.
When I was young, we played in oxygen.
Do you even know what a forest is?
I actually do know what a forest is.
Oh God. Hey, Crash. This is kind of fucked up to say in regards to you like having a crisis about like memories and shit. But like I feel like they've messed with our implants to like feed us false information or something. I had a dream that was obviously somebody had to have come up with it. It was too on the nose. My father, which I won't get into that. He told me to look for my mom, and she's just dead. So I think I've never had a dream like that. Anyways, it started after the rebirth. Listen, I'm not saying your memories and stuff are false, but that whole talking to your old self about trusting the outfit, it seems like something the outfit would want you to see. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Leo, I really didn't want to reveal this, but there's no way that these are made by the outfit. Because my experience, you remember that red rock you gave me?
Yeah, the blood crystal.
Yeah, I have not been able to find it since then. But during my dream, it got implanted into my body. And there's literally no way they could have known about that.
What?
I saw God.
Don't know that makes. I'm in the middle of saying something. I just turn over to you.
I'm just saying, like, I had a conversation with God, and he was like, you need to protect these people. You need to save these people. And I said, okay, I'm going to do my best.
Isn't Beethoven a goddess?
No.
Oh, down on the mainland, they worship
Crash.
her as a goddess. So,
Oh.
Crash grabs the pipe again and lights it for another hit.
can we like one thing at a time? I gotta like finish a thing before we move on to the next thing because I'm just like really in it right now. I look over at Crash like, yeah. Back to Brika. I don't really know how to address that. I'm a little sad that the blood crystal is gone, but do you have any way of proving that it is inside your forehead or something?
It's in your
No,
forehead?
but I feel it randomly.
Like you can touch it? Like, can I reach my hand across towards you to touch your forehead?
Crash also reaches his hand out as he sees Leo doing this.
They're just touching my forehead.
I am like touching your forehead. Like I don't feel anything. You have such soft skin though. Holy shit.
Thank you. Skincare.
I like rub your cheek a little bit like, oh my God.
Crash looks over at Leo and then pulls his own hand back and just lets them have their moment.
I look over at you, hyper aware of the like emotional feelings in the room right now, and I realize that what I'm doing is weird, so I pull my hand back.
Pippin's just staring at everyone. Like,
Pippin's jealous of the face rubs.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, none of you would feel anything on the forehead. She doesn't feel anything on her forehead.
Okay, well, my simple fact, just for the room, my mom is dead. It has been basically proven. So all I'm saying is maybe I just had a weird nightmare, but maybe just we don't trust everything that these dreams tell us.
Now,
what do you mean,
allow me to play
basically?
the opposite advocate for a second. Technically, we were dead.
Yeah, feels different though.
Wait,
Yeah, but you're not your mom.
I was a hatchling. Like I don't have all the details. Just I don't want to dig into it.
I'm sorry for your loss.
There's no loss. Again, I wasn't cognizant whenever she disappeared. So
I need to take a moment, just because people can't see our faces, so it's my job to describe it to them. The look of pure wonder/horror that was on Luke's face when he realized that Leo's people are hatched.
Yeah, the moment of realization when you said I was a hatchling, it was like, holy shit.
Crash also made that face, and I, being hyper aware, I'm like, what, did you think that we were like born like mammals? Yeah.
I don't know what I thought. I really wasn't thinking about how you were born.
Oh, but now you are.
I think
You definitely
Now, I look at Pippin. Now it is the only thing I can think about.
Okay, so Brika, I can't tell at this point if you're actually playing devil's advocate or if you actually have chosen a side here.
Wait, Leo.
Yeah.
What do you mean about that it was basically proven that your mom died?
Okay. Everybody else is like revealing stuff. Whatever.
You don't have to get into it if you don't want. That's a strange thing to say.
Pretty basic stuff. My maternal side, my grandparents they're very important. They're very rich, and they have a lot, I would say infinite connections on the mainland. And I assume here, because I assume that those things bridge, they looked for her extensively, like for my entire childhood, and nothing. And she ran off with like a traveling group, and they were all found dead. So and corpses were mangled. I shouldn't have read. I shouldn't have read the report. To be real with you guys, it kind of fucked me up for a long time. But she's dead. And my dad also is dead, and he was in my dream. And I recognize what this sounds like. I just had a fucking nightmare. But like, you, Crash, I feel like you probably know what I'm talking about. Brika, all of you maybe. Like these weren't just dreams, right? Like this was like the implant.
Yeah, but my parents are alive.
That's awesome.
I am so glad for you that your parents are alive.
I'm
Thanks
happy for
telling
you,
the group.
Pippin.
Thanks, Barbara and Clark. Yeah.
Actually, on that note, I do want to say, if once we get to the agenda conversation, that is an important part for me. I know that's like your thing, so
Oh, yeah.
I just want you to know that's on my list.
It's taken a lot in me not to text them because I definitely want to.
There's no way you remember their numbers. There's just no way, right?
Of course I do.
You remembered like strings of digits? Did you like have to
Yeah,
memorize it as like a song? I feel like I'm just being offensive, and I'm
no,
really sorry
no. We
right
did
now.
have a song. I'm not going to sing it out loud because I don't. It's going to make me want to call.
You don't want to dox your parents.
Okay. But Leo, to answer your question, I have not chosen a side. Like I told you, I don't trust anybody, which means I think that we should take a different route, a different approach, and not have it based on trust, but have it based on likelihood to succeed.
I do have something for that. Can I be real with you? I have a list, and like I normally would just be able to like cross off something and move on, but like right now my brain won't let me. I have to assume it's the drugs. Can I just like go
Welcome
through
to
the list?
Wisp, my friend.
Would you guys mind that? Would that be cool with you? At minimum, I should have to say it out loud. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Go for it.
Rapid
Yeah.
fire. Krieger is a ex-Stewart. And you guys remember those files that have every detail about our life, which makes no sense, by the way. Like, I'm not even from here. There's no world where they should have that information.
I had a memory, or I don't know whether to call them memories or not, but a vision about Krieger also, where I don't have any idea what was going on, but I just saw over and over again, he had a gun pointed at me head, and he screaming at me and repeatedly asking me what he was supposed to do.
And like, you just walked into a room with that guy and you like, just trusted
That happened
him?
when we all met him. You seen his tattoo, right? That's the steward. His steward tattoo with the
you
thing.
mentioned it, so I just wanted to.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you just like sat at the table with that guy. That's pretty badass. Not gonna lie. He's like probably could have been a guy who like shot you for all you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
we always
with
just
the guy who killed him.
Yeah, I just fell on top of the guy who
This is just your MO
fucking
at this point.
popped me like a party streamer.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought you were cool before, like the whole shtick you kind of got going on, the guitar and everything. This is I got to do it for sure.
The mythos of Crash.
Yeah, like, I honestly thought you were gonna like reveal some stuff here where like the whole kind of like aura of mystery was gonna kind of disappear, and we were all gonna be like, okay, he's just a dude. But honestly, not really.
He's Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park.
No. Yeah, I'm not.
Does anyone see like a slight breeze blowing on Crash's hair right now?
Okay, moving on. Oh, the info files that they had on us fucked up, and I really feel like we should have probably taken those, or at minimum addressed it more. But
I took mine.
you just have that on your person. Okay, cool.
I think Brika took all of ours, right?
I only took mine and Genesis. The zero.
Subject zero.
Subject zero.
Oh, okay.
Do you say that part? Subject zero part?
No.
No.
Okay.
She passed a stealth check, so y'all wouldn't even really know. She just revealed that she had them. Now.
So I guess my question is how did they get that information? Because it really didn't feel like something that they just like pulled from Project Genesis. So this is something that they had, and it kind of feels like the whole ex-Steward guy.
Can I use this moment to make a point real quick?
Yeah.
Hey, Brika, roll an insight check for me. What's your passive perception, Leo?
Passive 12.
12.
Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Oh, brutal.
Damn, son.
What was the thing that she rolled for? I forgot already.
Yeah, she rolled a nat 1 for insight and now has to roll a hacking roll at disadvantage.
Are we about to blow up?
No.
Really funny.
15.
Hell yeah. With disadvantage that's crazy. So to
I
prove a
literally
point to
rolled a
Leo,
15 and a 16.
nice. To prove a point to Leo, in this moment, you realize just kind of looking him up and down, you don't really know a lot about him, but he's from the mainland. And there's probably a short list of people that have those guest visas, and you pretty much could hack all of his official information right now if you wanted to, very easily.
I literally do.
Wait, hold on. What?
So I want you to read off Leo's high school report card for him.
I just have to. Can you repeat the part where you said that she somehow has the access to this?
It's part of Brika's tablet.
She wants to show you.
Did I bring up? I just want to. I guess my question is, did I bring up something that was like the tipping point?
You brought up a thing where it was like, how does everyone have this information? This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And Brika's proving a point to you right now.
Okay.
So, Leo, you said you're all sketched out that the outfit has all this information on you. You're from the mainland. They can't find it, right?
Okay. I mean, I didn't say with the dude, but yeah. I said it like that.
Okay.
I said something like that.
Well, okay. Well, all right. Leo, let's see. Year 12. Oh,
Are you about
you
to do
almost
something?
failed flying? What? Okay.
Excuse me?
History.
Okay,
You're pretty good.
Dear dog.
Can I butt in and say that this is not the same Leo? Because I didn't even go to a public school. So like this is not factual at all. And also, I definitely didn't fail flying. I'm not just saying that.
So as you say that, Brika, you look down at the tablet and you see that this was entered in as like a homeschool, like they would send it in. So when you see the failing grade in flying, you see a note that says, "Still too scared. Get better."
Oh, I know where that comes from.
Oh no. So you went to homeschool, yeah?
You don't go to homeschool. You just are homeschooled. But yes,
Yeah, I guess technically you don't have to go anywhere.
semantics.
I'm just already there.
You guys thought I was a prude.
Look over you like, wait.
So, Leo, who was your teacher?
I mean, I was taught by many. I was taught by the cycle,
Mm,
as all are in my religion.
oh. Well, whatever your gym class, physical education, you're a little bitch.
I feel like you have a gotcha here. I just want the group to know that you don't.
I feel like we should be
I have to
using
assume-
language like that. I mean, he is our friend.
I think I know what you're reading right now, and there's probably a snarky comment alongside it. And you want to bring up some fucking trauma? I was basically tortured growing up and flying. So did he write that in there? Did Dad write that in there?
I'm so sorry to hear that.
He did not, Brika. He did not.
Crash has such a somber look on his face now.
Well, the point is,
I
I
see
can
what the point you're
see.
making. Yes. Okay.
I can find your information,
Yes,
which
all
means
the publicly available information. I read that report. The dude knows those people, they know what I ate. Like they were watching us. That shit wasn't put into a public record. Like
Yeah, but I'm
this
saying
is beyond
you
what
were
it
just
is you're
talking.
doing.
Hold on. You were just talking about your family and all their connections and, how they scoured the earth or whatever. What if the outfit has just as many connections, can figure out just as much stuff? It's not so sketchy. It just means they have a lot of resources.
Not a bad friend to have.
Okay.
Can we be honest? The gift people weren't giving us anything. They were just like, help us and we'll be friends.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, she did say all that about big fella and I being two pieces of a puzzle. But
Oh, that's true.
I haven't.
I also
I don't know what it's about though.
I don't know why. Like, it's not like I was arguing that those guys are more trustful than the outfit. Like, they literally murdered half of the group here, or were at minimum involved with 3/4 of it, if not 4.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not saying I trust them anymore. I'm making an argument against one group.
If I'm being honest, a group that treated us the best so far, I think has been the outfit. I mean, the Vikes almost immediately wanted us to kill ourselves with that gun.
I mean, that was a false. It had
Yeah,
a
Yeah,
false
but how
bullet
are
in
we
it.
supposed to know that? That's not
Yeah,
like a
but,
party trick that you break
you know, in
out in front of your
hindsight-
family and friends.
In hindsight, they weren't trying to kill us, I guess is the point I'm making.
Well, I would say their only kind of reason for us to join them was that they wouldn't kill us later.
Yeah, which seems kind of fucked up.
Okay.
Plus, that motherfucker said he loved my song and he had no fucking idea what it was actually about. Sorry, that
Is that
came
a
out of
big...
nowhere.
I'm
Is
with
that a
Crash
big-
on this one. Creative Commons, you can't do that.
I don't really have any... I'm not part of the whole music scene. That's like a big deal here.
Yeah.
I mean, here, yes.
No, I mean, not the music scene itself, but like not knowing what your song was about, because I don't know what like most lyrics are about. I don't really understand what's going on.
It's not that. It's just that there's a certain stigma that comes along with this scene. The people who feel comfortable here, the people who come here because they don't have anywhere else to go, and people look at us and they think that we're tough guys or just punks trying to cause trouble, things like that. And that's not it at all. So it's hard not to take it personal, because that song that he was talking about was a very personal song that I had written, and it's about the murder of a boy in B33, and basically it's a anti-violence message I was trying to convey. So to hear that he likes to blast it while he's cracking skulls is a bit of a turn off for me.
He
Yeah.
says as his fucking studded jacket jingles. when he moves.
I know this is
Yeah.
going to be kind of hard for you guys to understand, but I just get really good reads on people. And you guys may not like him, but I have a feeling that Paulie B is a really good guy. I got that sense from the moment I met him, from the moment he took Tommy in a situation where I was about to die. He saved his life, and he didn't have to do that. On the surface, it looks like he's just a drug-addicted, drug-dealing scumbag, and I'll admit that. But if you look beyond that, I think he's a lot different than that. And if he represents the outfit, then I'm okay with that.
I mean, he did welcome us in and gave us food and drugs, so he's okay in my book.
Okay, let me just make 2 more points here, if I could. And this really comes down to if we trust them or not. I don't like how the whole neural transplant thing happened, or whatever you call it, where they took us out of afterlife mode. I feel really fucking sketched out, and I have mentioned this. I feel like we could be bugged. They could be tracking us. This could just be a part of being deaded up here. I don't know, but I am incredibly uncomfortable with that notion, and I imagine you all might be as well. Or maybe you're not. You all seem to be just okay with fucking crazy shit. So, if anything, if at the bare minimum we could get some sort of scan done, if we're not bugged, I could trust them. Yeah. And I just one more point here, and this is gotta be like the craziest out of the points. I'll admit that up front. And Bricka, you weren't there for it, so you probably really don't understand this. So you have no context. You know the blood demon elf guy we talked about Subject Zero. And I don't know if these two how they took it. He seemed to really care about us, like in like a
I thought so too. Yeah.
like a paternal way, as fucked up and creepy as it was at the time. Like the whole blood tornado and everything.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just curiosity, but I really wanted to see what that guy was about.
I'm gonna be
actually.
I just wanted to see where he lived.
shooter with you guys. Pure evil. Evil. Very evil.
That was your take.
That was my take. I thought you guys knew that when you guys were trying to grab the guitar and stuff.
No, that was like he was the one putting off like the black energy.
Let me just
I thought that was I thought that went down a different hallway.
Since we came back alive, he has probably popped the most heads that I've ever seen.
I don't doubt that. Listen, I don't know. I do actually trust your like intuition with this. Like if you say the guy is untrustworthy, my point's invalid right out the gate. But I want to say that he was very intently leading us away from this everything. Like both physically, he was trying to lead us in the opposite direction of the navigation point that we were given. And he was, I think, trying to tell us that we should not go down this route. And I mean, if he's pure evil, then like maybe we should do exactly the opposite. And you're right. And the outfit is the way to go. If I could just...
Should we take a consensus vote?
Can I just make a point here? I was considering before this going forward with Bronze mission. And I was going to attempt to influence all of you. I think Pippin probably would not have been down for it, obviously, but what the Vikes offer us, I personally think is the best outcome. They are not asking us to do a bunch of shit for them to get out of debt.
Murder!
They want us to kill a guy, yes, and I don't want to do that, but we get that done. We're given a house. We are given freedom in the east side, away from all of this craziness. Like you said earlier, Brika, maybe we look for the best outcome here. I don't trust the guys. To be fair, they did not kill us. I weirdly understand his whole like vibe he had going on, and they upgraded our car. And I mean, bare minimum, honestly. But like,
I get where you're coming from. However, it doesn't sit the right way that really they're threatening us into submission by saying if we don't do what they want, we are not welcome on the east side, the south side. That's what they're saying. And if we get on the opposite side of the outfit, like you said, they have a lot of information on us. They could hurt us in ways that we can't even think of right now. So even though, like, initially the Vikes might be the best option, the outfit has resources that we can't imagine. And I would rather have those resources on my side. Or at least useful to me and not trying to kill me.
If I may, to go along with Brika, I do sort of agree. And I know, Leo, it's hard for you to hear, but you not being from here, things work differently. And I know certain parts feel dangerous, but, you know, there's not as clear of a line between wrong and right here on the block. But what I'd like to bring up is that we don't know how much influence the outfit has. The Vikes, they do have a lot of influence, but they're very loud about it. And everyone knows their influence. I would also like to add that the difference I see between the outfit and the Vikes is that the outfit is just more upfront about the debt. I can assure you, Leo, if you ask anyone here in the south side or the lower east side, that the Vikes, it's never a gift. You know, the parts they put on our car didn't cost them anything. I guarantee you they were all stolen. It means nothing to him. It was not. There was no. He lost nothing giving us that. Very small fish. Place to live. That's where it comes in. That's where the debt begins. And this definitely would not be the only job. And I think if we start off our relationship with them with an act of violence, it will only progress further from there.
Can I just round things out for us? Couple things. One, I know you brought up, and it is a good point that they mentioned that we would have housing. We'd have housing with the outfit as well. We have a safe house. We have a place we can go. We have weapons at our disposal. We have food. These are all things that they're willing to put in expenditure and spend that on us for us to pay off our debts. And yeah, is it annoying that we have debts? It is. It seems kind of stupid to call it that. But at the same time, they're the only group right now that hasn't either previously done something violent towards us or has threatened us with violence.
And I will say, not to interrupt,
Go ahead.
I will say the gift rack woman and all that, the Vikes wanted us to kill Paulie, and that would be going against the outfit. But the gift rack, I don't know, it just seems like they want our help. They need us for something. But they're not asking us to go against. They're not asking us to go against anyone else. You know, she didn't say anything about going against the outfit. I don't even think she knows what or who the outfit is.
If we can, before we go too far into that, I've been convinced. I will ask one concession if we go along with the outfit. If we can, I don't know how this is done here. I have ideas, but if we could go get a scan, it would make me feel a lot better to know that we're not being tracked. We're not bugged. Maybe I've read about SMAT. They seem like they do like community things like that.
You want to get government fucking.
I said it on purpose.
Hey man, I love this.
Leo. Okay. Yeah, SMAT does that kind of thing. However, that would be directly walking into prison.
Yeah, the whole illegal.
Our implants are very illegal. And they would be able to tell that in a second. Also, I don't know if you know this, but tracked in terms of location is kind of a given for basically everyone with a Neuralink. You can be found.
But
now,
like, what about
bugs.
listening to all of our conversations and seeing all of our gate activity?
I mean, that's a conspiracy theory, but
It's one that's really tripping me out right now. So,
right. But are you saying things that need to really be hidden
yeah, we're actively
out
talking
loud
about
with your
potentially
face?
killing Paulie. Like, he could very well know that we considered that.
Yeah, and now it's too late.
Yeah, that's yeah. He
So
definitely
if we were
most likely
bugged-
does.
Yeah,
He most
if we
likely
were
does.
bugged, he knows, and we better choose the outfit at the end of this conversation.
I will also say this because now I think it's worth saying, and also because there's no point in not saying it now. Yeah, that Polly was able to bring up that camera, like of the people who killed us, really easily.
Oh, he
And
told
he
us
just like
that
went
already.
right. Yeah,
He told us he owns that building. Like, that's just that makes
yeah,
sense.
but
to me.
like, but he like whipped up the camera and was like, "These the ones that did you in?" And it was like, "Yeah, that's
oh,
but-
the
I will
Of
say,
its
you
backseat,
guys
yeah.
also mentioned that you watched a video of me.
That's what I thought he was talking about. That one.
Well,
was
no, that
pretty.
there was
kosher.
that was when you was getting to the safe house.
Right.
But-
So
But he did
he
show you
has.
So
we
yeah,
are
he
being
showed us
tracked.
that, but that makes sense.
They
yeah.
know what we
But-
look at.
But also, yeah, he was able to get that shit up really. Also, yeah, the wormhole. Everyone comes here, mate. Like Burners, Vikes, they're right here all the time. They probably stayed in this room. You know, they might have they could have bugged it for fun.
Okay, I'll be real. I'll be completely real with you guys. I'm really tripping right now, and I think that drugs might be like kind of taking me down a little bit. You're not helping, is I guess what I want to say. Like, everything is bugged. You're being tracked at all times. Like, it's not helping the whole like anxiety thing, which is better right now. I should say. Like, I don't have a whole lot of anxiety with this, but like, it's still tripping me out. With that being said, we won't go to Smet. I've got a guy who can get us information and maybe get us a direction. I don't trust that guy though. His information, great.
You got a guy here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my thought too.
He
Wow.
can't know that I'm alive. I mean, I don't think anybody should know that we're alive that we previously know, but like specifically for like personal reasons, I don't want him to know that we're alive. So I was thinking maybe Brika could like contact him and we can maybe start using him as like an informant. He's basically an information broker.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
that's my forte.
Yeah, no, so I got a guy. Maybe he can tell us where to go get our scan done. That's my one concession. And I say we go back to the outfit and we continue on. We give Paulie the money.
I
we
have
get the
no
hat
problems.
Specifically, I know the hat's important.
Yeah.
So
You see a big
Also-
smile creep across Pippin's face. His tail's wagging.
Also, there may be a few fellas here that I can ask. They may know somebody, a off the books doctor or, under the table sort of thing that we can get a scan, maybe get checked out. I don't know. I'll ask. I can ask Rucker that we saw on the way in, and then fucking Boots once he's done rolling off my fucking drugs, screaming at the door.
you also mentioned that I don't know like what's going on up here, and you've mentioned multiple times I don't fit in. I know that, and I am also afraid that is going to get you all hurt. So I would like to start trying more. So if I feel like specifically Crash, if you could help me with that.
Pippin puts his hand on Leo's shoulder and he goes, "You're gonna hurt us more than dying? I've already died once, buddy. What are you gonna do? Hurt my feelings?"
I think I could get your family hurt.
They might
Leo.
already be hurt. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to
right.
find out.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's find that out right away, as soon as we can.
Leo,
just-
I will say, we'll let you know when you're being weird, but you're not the only weird one in this group.
Wait a second. Who else is weird?
Oh, I don't know, Pippin. It must be me.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not weird at all. Crash isn't weird. I'm not weird. I don't know what you're
Just
talking about.
Leo's weird. What are you talking about?
I don't think it's really
I've come
like.
to accept this. This is like every group I'm a part of. I'm just the weirdo out of the group.
See, that's the thing here. Like on the block, everyone, no two people's the same. So it's not really a bad thing to be weird. No one really gives a shit what
Except
you're
twins.
doing or
That's really
what
easy
you're
to say while you're wearing a studded leather jacket with that jawline. Just saying.
Thank you. But I mean, what do you want? You want a jacket? We could go get you a fucking jacket.
No, this jacket is way too cool. Sorry, I'm not giving it up. but-
I guarantee you, tomorrow morning there will be a leather jacket left downstairs. Someone will leave their jacket there. Tomorrow morning you'll have a jacket. I guarantee you. If that's what you want. I think other than that, just don't worry about what other people think. Just do whatever the fuck you want, and don't judge a book by its cover.
I'm not worried about being outed as being weird. I just am specifically an owlin from the mainland, as Brika could probably tell you, which I really wish you would not dig any further. Or minimum, don't tell anybody.
That's what I'm saying, though. Stop giving a shit that you're an Owlin. Stop giving a shit that you're from the mainland.
Well, it's more like
You're
we
here
were told
right
that
now.
we're not supposed to let people know who we were before, but like I'm like really obvious.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna. Well, I don't think that's gonna change. Really.
No,
You
you're
kinda
not
just-
wrong.
Yeah,
But-
you kind of.
Let me ask you
I've never
something.
seen
Do you
another
really
Owlin,
think
though.
that people aren't going to know that I used to be Pippin based on the fact that I tell everybody everything that I've ever known because I trust people inherently? How many Kinnear do you think do that?
You're really self-aware sometimes.
You know, introspection.
Blessing and a curse.
Yep.
It is a blessing and a curse.
I don't
So
think I was the
it's-
only one, but I did not think that you were introspective before this. So.
I think he got like high from the vapor in the room.
Yeah, I got a contact high.
Was a sniffer. So while you guys are finishing this conversation, you'd hear a slight thunk, 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 thunk on the door, the metal door leading to your room.
Is there like a peek hole or anything in the door, or like to the outside, or is it just a solid door?
It is a fucking solid steel door.
I just stand up and what's the locking situation? Do we have like one of those chain things? You know what I mean, where you can only open it like 3 inches or
So,
something, or like one
I
of those
feel
things in a
people
hotel.
who have, had to be handy will understand this. It's half one of those chains, half the hook. So you just like put the hook in
You
the
like
chain.
put the hook into the chain. Yeah, okay. So I leave it as that, but I open it like as far as it'll open, just like and look out at who's there.
You see the toothy, tusky grin of old friend who holds up a handful, like 6 packs in each hand. Hey, you got a minute?
I look back at the group. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yo, you want to go talk or something, or you want to come in?
I mean, I was just gonna come in. I mean, are you guys doing something in there? He kind of like peers in a little bit, curious.
Just hanging out, talking.
Hey.
Give us 1 minute, Ruck.
I think we all win.
Yeah, sure. I'm used to standing in front of a door.
Yeah, right. Good one.
He looks sad as you close the door.
I close it. So yeah, that's Rucker. You mind if he comes in and talks? He might have some information. Like I said, I wanted to talk to him, but he's the one that kind of found that job for me that led to the whole getting killed thing. But he doesn't know that yet. So, but sorry, I thought we should just kind of wrap this up before he comes in. Do we kind of in agreement? We stick with the outfit. I am very curious, and I need to know more about the gift rack and whatever the fuck they have going on and why
I
they
don't
know.
think that those two things
me.
are separate. I think they can
Me
be
either.
the same.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we can work with the outfit and with that murderous bitch.
Is she still hangry because she didn't eat any of hers?
To be fair, she's incredibly hot. In her defense,
Oh, Leo, don't even, you know.
just
Who are we
jealous.
talking
Sorry.
about? We're not talking about people in this room, are we?
Who would I be talking about in this room? Pippin?
I'm sorry, but I just wanna know what Pippin was thinking when Leo touched my face.
Oh,
Pippin,
he
who
was
would-
thinking.
who would I be talking about in this room? It's not even make any sense. in
You
context.
see, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see Pippin is like blushing, and he's like, I don't know. I thought nothing.
Starts pouting.
Now he's mad at you. Now he's mad at Leo for a different reason.
Poor fella.
When did Leo and Pippin start dating?
No.
I said, so Crash, I think we can explore that avenue down the line when it comes up, but I don't think it'll be a problem.
Sounds good to me.
Also, my soup has just hit the perfect temperature according to the menu, so
Oh my
Let your
God.
friend come in so I can
Ah.
eat.
There's a
Wait, you got
temperature
soup
up in
for all of
here.
us, right? You went down to
yes.
get food for the group at large.
Oh,
you
yes,
said.
yes.
Okay.
Everybody can have some. For sure.
Okay.
Yes,
Um,
my soup has also just hit the perfect temperature, and I open the door to Rucker holding 2 6-packs.
He like holds him up again. Hey man, can I come in and can I talk to you for a sec?
Absolutely.
Nice. He walks in, and Rucker is sitting on the stool outside. He was like eye level with Leo. Now that he's in this space, he is a massive man.
He a big.
He's thick. It's not as big as like some other half orcs. Like for half orc, not as big as you could be, but compared to everyone in this room, he a big boy. His boots kind of like heavy on the ground as he comes in. Hey, I'm Rucker, friend of Crash's. Nice to meet you. He holds out his looks at the hands of beer and then like awkwardly cradles them in one arm. Gives them the Crash.
Yeah, I grabbed them.
He holds out a hand to shake for Brico, who is the closest.
Yeah, Rucker, he's good fella. He runs the
Shakes.
door here, and he's a pretty well-known fixer around here.
Yeah, so Brika goes
Shakes
up
his
like,
hand.
with both hands. So she just like grabs because his hand is massive compared to her. So she like double grabs his hand and just shakes it.
What's your name?
My name is Brika. You can call me Diva.
Diva. I like it. Turns to Leo, who would be next. Rucker.
I I go to get up like kind of with a bit of a flourish. Like my wings come out and I kind of like push them down to like stand up, you know? But forgetting that I'm really high right now, I go to like get up quickly without using my hands and just fucking like I'm like topple up the table basically. I look around at the room. Fuck, what's the sorry, hold on. Time out.
You're good.
What's my
Ruck-
fucking name? Not Leo.
Nice.
Gort.
I'm glad you
Gort.
forgot. Damn it. No more metagaming. If you forget your own name, that's gotta happen.
I was looking through my notes.
Save this.
I go to shake his hand and I stammer go, and then Pippin finishes it for me. Gort. My name is Gort. As I shake his hand.
Gort. That must be like a common thing with you, Owlin, huh? Used to know a guy. Turns to Pippin.
A guy named Gort.
Pippin daps him up, like perfect dap up, and goes, "My name's Thrumpa, but you can call me Pip."
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not being a stickler here. You know, Iris Luna, you can do whatever the fuck you want up here, but when did Kinnear have traditional female half-orc names?
It's a long story. My parents, you know. To be honest,
you're adopted?
To be honest, yes, I'm adopted. Not my name of choice.
That's nice. Hey, at least, you know, half-orcs adopting somebody, that's kind of crazy. I wish I knew my mom.
Especially if it's a, never mind.
Good to know there's still good ones out there.
Yeah. So, you guys want a drink? I kind of got something I want to talk to Crash about, but if you're his friends, you could stay if you want. It's not a big deal. He holds up the drinks.
Yes. I take a 6-pack.
I take one.
There's enough for everyone. They're still a little frosty, even though he waited in the hallway for a couple.
Crash, out of the corner of your eye, you see me like staring at you like, shit. Can we do that? Should we do that? It seems like a really bad idea.
It's fine. It'll be all right.
I asked you for mentorship, so sure. I
Hey.
take a beer.
He looks at Crash. He goes, "Trust me, Owlin can't hold their liquor, so maybe it's for the best."
I take a beer.
Hell yeah!
Am I old enough to drink this?
Look, pulls out the fucking card. Are you 7 or higher?
I'm higher than 7.
Oh yeah, you're old enough.
Higher.
Oh, okay.
Higher?
Yeah. Kinnear, ears, I think. It's different. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to you about, since you've been gone. Everyone around here has been acting like it's strange, but I think I might know something about what you guys, or at least Crash, is going through. I disappeared for a little bit, a while back, and then reappeared. I shouldn't be alive right. He takes a big swig of his beer.
Literally at that moment, Brika starts listening. Like, head turned, just like,
Eating soup loudly. By the way, it's fucking rancid.
I bet. But she's eating it.
He kind of looks at the group. This is not your usual crowd, Crash. Did you...
tell me about it.
Do you all, share a circumstance that brought you all together?
Yeah, something like that.
Why'd you say it like that, though?
That's
How long
really
was you away?
specific.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
He drains his beer, reaches in his front vest pocket, pulls out a glistening business card. They give you one of these, and that is where I'm going to end today's session. Thank you for listening to We Together. Find all of our links on our link tree or join our amazing Discord community at We Together Gaming to chat about the story, share your thoughts, and hang out with the cast and GM. If you'd like to support us, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/We Together Gaming. You'll get exclusive access to our behind-the-scenes podcast, where we talk about our favorite moments, dive into character work, and have long-form discussions about the story every week. If you're all caught up and looking for more, check out the actual play podcast Hapless Heroes, now in its second season, featuring me, your GM, as a player. Available on all streaming services. A quick thank you to our top-tier patrons. GxLobes, BrenDaniel, aka Naturally Noted, That Guy Jake, and my Momma. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay adventurous, and remember, whatever we do it better together.